What's up, everybody? How's it going today? This is Jed Johnson from dieselcrew.com. Hope you're doing well. Of course, you know, they call me King Napalm. Burger Time's back again. He wants to know what I recommend for hand conditioning. Specifically, he asked whether I do any of the types of stuff, forgot the name already, where you smack your hand on things and maybe dig your hand into sand, or smack a rough sandbag, burlap bag, or something like that to condition the skin. I can really only talk to you about the stuff that I've done. I have never done any of that contact stuff where you beat on things trying to toughen your hands up. I don't know if that works or not. I can't even think of anybody right now who I know has even ever done much of that stuff. So, and really, for me, it's been more preventive. So the last thing that you want to have happen is a callus tear. So I've always tried to keep those under control. And when I was doing things like kettlebell training and a lot of strongman work, I would trim my calluses down. Naturally, you want to avoid those. You want to avoid blisters. So I've always tried to do like a ramp up or a conditioning phase for my hands where I gradually increase the demand of the skin so that I don't end up getting a blister right away and then losing skin. Incidentally, if I've ever had a blister, I don't ever pop the blister. I just let it sit there, and it'll eventually pop by itself. And that, you have to remember that the fluid that's in the blister is there to keep that area from getting infected. So if you pop it, you just lost that line of defense. So definitely don't ever pop or remove the skin on a blister in my own personal case. For tolerance of objects, I'm always trying to try to keep one attempt in my back pocket so that I don't end up ripping. I have to be really careful on the flask and a lot of other pinching style training methods, because I can easily crack the skin in my thumbs and end up having skin damage. So I'm very preventive along those lines as well. I don't do a lot of rope climbing or anything that could tear my skin up that way. I monitor the skin to see how much I'm getting inflamed in the skin. So your skin will actually sometimes feel hot if you've done a lot of volume. And I know from doing too much volume over the years, my skin can be hot and inflamed for, even a few days after doing stuff like that. So I try to avoid overdoing it with volume. As far as just keeping the skin healthy and stuff like that, it is a matter of using, at least some kind of lotion in order to keep the skin supple. It doesn't necessarily have to be kept moist, but keep your skin supple. Sorry for the noise. You mentioned working hands. That's a perfectly good product. Cornhuskers lotion is something that I've used a lot. But also just the regular lotions that you would buy at the store. I think I think Gold Bond is a favorite of mine. But I think I have currently like 3 or 4 bottles that are open, just depending on where I'm at. I used to keep some here. Yeah, here's some. This is Gold Bond Ultimate. And that's in my car at all times. Also, I think it's important, and if you're not doing this, you're making a mistake across the board, not just for your skin condition, but for everything else. And that's the amount of liquid that you're drinking, the amount of fluids. You want to stay hydrated. So, I mean, a goal of a gallon of water is not a bad goal for just about everybody. That's my daily goal. So, and I think that goes a long way. When I'm dehydrated, or rather, when I'm just not getting enough water. I'm not saying dehydrated like I'm getting cramps and stuff like this. But if I know if I'm having a day where I didn't drink enough water because I was doing something else, I was too busy, I can feel it in my skin. My skin almost feels brittle, and it's just not going to be as resilient as I want it to be. So those are some things that you can easily do. As far as like, you know, that high contact slapping, you know, pounding your hand on stuff, I don't know anything about that. You'd have to ask a martial artist. I don't do any of that, never have, and don't have any plans to. I don't think it's necessary. If you just work up in volume from something that's reasonable and then gradually increase from there, I don't think you'll have any problems. You just got to be aware of it and be preventive, really. Those are my thoughts. Hey, if you thought this was helpful, then give it one of these, brother. Holy, look at that. Jeepers, just amazing. All the best in your training, everybody. Make sure to subscribe. Any other questions, leave a comment below. Take care.